Hey guys, today we're gonna be reacting to girls on the podcast freak out at the idea of waiting for marriage. They share what their main problem is with waiting for marriage is. So we're just gonna go ahead and watch this video. It's about 13 minutes. Hopefully it's not that long, but we skipped through it a little bit. Let's start.
As a podcast. But these days I see so many podcasts about relationships, hot takes, spicy topics. Everybody has something to say. Now today I'm going to respond to 3 videos that revolve around the topics of waiting for marriage and relationships in general. So as always, let's dive in.
If you started dating a girl that wanted to wait till after marriage to do the business,
Right.
at this age, right now, would you do it?
No.
No, I'm not doing it. I
I'm
can't
not
marry
doing it.
someone without knowing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Aspect of a
imagine,
relationship.
Serious, bro?
imagine you're on your honeymoon and you find out it sucks.
Exactly.
but
We're gonna turn it back.
Now the problem is with that is that it sucks. That means you've already had multiple partners. That's what that means. You've already had multiple partners, and now you're picking from different partners from the past. If it was so good, you would have been with them. Obviously, the man wasn't up to par with you or what you wanted, or that man didn't like you because you weren't up to par. He didn't like your attitude, however you behaved. So obviously, it didn't matter at the end of the day. It was good. It was good sex, right? But you guys are not together. That's why you're on this podcast, um, answering this question. Let's get back into it.
We gotta go back.
Dude, no way.
You would?
Yeah.
You would wait?
Bro, it's like sex isn't the end all be all of a relationship.
Oh,
So you tell me you watching Netflix and you go to sleep?
Paul, so you'd stick it out.
Why can't you watch Netflix and go to sleep? Technically, you can't even go to sleep because technically you're not supposed to be in the same bed, right? You're not supposed to be in the same bed as a woman that you're not married to. So technically, she wouldn't be in there if you're a real Christian, right? She could come over, right, and watch a movie with you, but she doesn't have to spend the night. If she spends the night, you take the couch, she takes the bed, and bro, you let it be that. You guys don't be in the same bed as Christians.
For this girl, if she was the girl of your
If
dreams,
she's the girl of my dreams, then the sex is not what's making me stay.
Paul's a good guy.
This is a dumb myth. Now, I'm not married, but I have learned a lot from married couples that I know and have watched online. The idea that you need to figure out if you're sexually compatible before you get married is only relevant if you approach relationships with the mindset of what I can get. But if you approach sexuality in your marriage selflessly, thinking of your spouse's desires before your own, there's no such thing as sexual incompatibility. You don't need to try before you buy. The truth is, it's really just an excuse to get in the sheets with somebody that you're not fully committed to in the covenant of marriage. To be blunt, based on what I've heard, it's awkward, yeah, and it can be bad, sure, yeah, but what happened to growing together? What happened to like, oh, okay, like we'll figure this out together, as opposed to like some sort of performance where you need to perfectly meet the expectations of your partner, otherwise out the door on the streets for you. It's like, what is this? That's such a toxic way around sexuality and those expectations. Now, for you guys, if your boyfriend or girlfriend or the person you're talking to isn't really receptive to the idea of waiting for sex until you're married, like that's not something that you should be pursuing. That should be immediate.
I'm gonna be honest. Most of the time, it's one party that wants to wait, and the other party says they want to wait, but they wouldn't mind if you guys did it, you know? And that's the problem, especially if you're trying to find a godly spouse and not someone that's pretending or just there because they grew up in the church, they grew up in the religion, and they're just doing it because that's the only thing they know and they don't actually believe. So that's some of the problems I'll come across, right? You want to wait, but the other party acts like they want to wait too, but it's it's a certain feeling that you could feel that someone doesn't really want to do what you're that do what you're saying or what you want them to do, right? They might just put up a front or something like that because they really like you or something like that, and they might just go along with how you feel and what you believe, right? And technically, as a man, that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be the leader, right? But as a woman too, she has to also have the capability to tell myself, no, I have to wait. Even though this man is attractive, I like him, whatever, he's a cool guy, his personality is amazing. I still have to wait because this is what God has put in my heart and told me that I should wait. When I wait, I avoid diseases, STDs, HIV, herpes, chlamydia, syphilis, all that stuff. You avoid them when you wait. When you wait, right? You wait until marriage, and then you you and your partner get tested before you guys get married, right? And that's how you prevent diseases. And a partner has to one stay faithful to each other to avoid this type of disease as well. So it's always good when God tells you to do something. It's always going to be a benefit. It's going to prevent you from going through the consequences of not listening to Him. If you understand me. Let's get back to the video.
Immediate red flag because God is really clear about that. Like he really is. And the truth is you really don't want somebody either that's like, "Oh, I guess if that's how you feel, then we can do that." Like you want somebody that has their own personal convictions about
Right, I just said it. I didn't even watch this part. I just said it, right? You want someone that's actually wants to wait too. Wants to even wait more than you. Because she knows the benefits of waiting. When you wait for your spouse, you're going to get the right one. Because when you don't start off with sex, you actually start off with a personality. Oh, what is this person's mindset? Does this person really know God, or is just pretending, or is just a baby Christian? All that stuff you find out immediately in a few months, right? You find it out, and then you be like, okay, I could probably build this person. I could see this person be my future spouse. But when you add sex, it dilutes everything because now sex is good, and now it's kind of clouds your judgment. Oh, this person might have this type of quirks or something. He does something I don't like, but the sex is so good, I don't want to leave. That's why you have the toxic relationship. The woman is slashing the guy's tires, is keying his car, breaking his windows, burning his clothes, whatever it is. This is all the problems of having sex before you guys get married and actually know each other, right? Let's get back into the video.
holding to what God says in his word. You don't want to be the only one that says, this is what we got to do. This is how we should go about this because this is honoring to God. You want to be on the same page in that way so you can encourage each other and not lead each other into temptation. Maybe you're thinking, Isaac, well, it's just this one little thing and like we line up on pretty much everything else. Like maybe I won't find somebody else. In that context, you're being led by fear and worry, and that's not a good way to approach a relationship, thinking that you need to cling on to this because you feel like there's nobody else that will ever love you or will ever accept you. Like, that's just a lie. Ultimately, it's not about finding a perfect person, but you want to make sure that you're on the same page of these core fundamental areas and make sure you're shored up in this stuff too. Like, where's your foundation? Are you really wanting to stick to the Word of God? Is that something that God has placed on your heart to hold as a conviction, or are you still kind of straying and wobbling around? Because it's going to be hard to go in a relationship with somebody that's also kind of wobbly on what they believe when you're not really shored up in what you believe.
The assumption very often is that you have to sort of run the gauntlet of hookup culture in order to find a partner. One of the things that I advise in the book, which I'm told is a completely crazy thing to advise, is to hold off on having sex for a few months in the first few months of a relationship.
Wow, it's so
because
crazy. Don't
it's a
have
good way of
sex,
testing
right?
whether he's serious about you.
Right.
It's a good way of not being clouded by hormones if you're trying to like vet a partner. And I hear from women, I'm like, what are you talking about? What kind of man is going to wait 3 months to have sex?
A man that's actually really into you, I'd imagine.
I'm waiting to eternity. If I don't find a spouse, it is what it is. I don't have kids. I don't have sex. It is what it is. I'm going to meet my creator, and that's good with me, right? Sex is not that much, bro. It's not really that big of a deal. People would make it too serious, man. It's not that big of a deal. Wait, so you could actually have real love with your partner, not just mini legs. Why not? Why not? Why not? One, I can't even speak. One night stands. You don't want that. That's not what you want.
But it feels impossible.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have come full circle. For so long, women were told that empowerment and liberation is sexual freedom. But now people are actually coming to terms with the fact that this doesn't produce the relationship that they want. Now, for much of the world, it's a purely pragmatic analysis.
Guys, that's about it. But I'm just gonna, summarize it a little bit. Yeah, wait, find that good person, man. That's gonna hold you down to eternity, or to death do you guys part. Right? Stop that one night hookups, one night stands. It's not good for you. You end up with a disease, children out of wedlock, a crazy woman, a crazy man. You don't want any of that. you end up being stuck in a crazy family because you have a child with this woman that you didn't really like. You just had sex with, and then you got her pregnant by accident. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.